Hey guys, what's going on? So, Vespa has just released another developer note a couple of hours ago, 2 hours ago to be exact, discussing changes that will be happening most likely next week on Thursday. That seems to be the routine, dropping a developer note 1 week before the actual patch goes live, so we can discuss it a little bit earlier. So they have a little opening here, and then they start the patch note by saying the 5th gameplay revamp will be similar to adjustments that were made on the 4th revamp. The main purpose of the 5th revamp is to make early game progress much faster for newbies. Now this won't be the only thing in the patch note, but this is a big part of it. They say they're going to make adjustments on scenario quest in various ways to make newbies gameplay much more effective and convenient. They say, don't you think there were a lot of quests to clear? We are going to reduce the number of quests to reduce the gameplay fatigue. While clearing the quest, perhaps there was a certain point where you were stuck for a while due to an unexpected situation. So they are talking about the mission tabs. You know, in the beginning you have that mission button and there are those different missions. For instance, you must clear Ancient Royal Vault a number of times, but you can't proceed anymore since you have used your keys already. This was a point I noted in my progression guide where I was saying things like, don't do all of your Ancient Royal Vaults or your upper dungeons before you make sure that you won't get to another one of those quests. So they're going to be removing stuff like that. They say we are going to adjust some points so that players wouldn't get stuck during the process. In addition, we are going to upgrade quest rewards along with the new quest adjustments. So to compensate for there being less, they're going to make the rewards better. So hopefully also things like getting a certain character's skill to the 3rd stage with skill books, because I know that was a point I got stuck on for several days. Since you can only get one type of skill book per week, you would get stuck there for a long time. So I assume they're going to be removing stuff like that as well. It doesn't affect a lot of us because we're past all of that stuff, but for newer players, it should be cool. And here's one of the more interesting things. They say we're going to be expanding Multiplay. After the revamp, Multiplay will be added to chapters, conquest, and upper dungeons. The main purpose is play all together. The Room Master will consume a certain amount of cost, stamina, or keys for the stage play, and party members will be able to gain rewards much more or less than the Room Master based on consumed cost, similar to Dragon Raid. Well, okay, so the Room Master and all that stuff will be similar to Dragon Raid, but I assume the Room Master doesn't ever get any more or less than everyone else just because they're the Room Master, so that shouldn't be anything similar like that. So as usual with developer notes, they are pretty vague. They say the Room Master will acquire more than the basic rewards when doing Conquest, Upper Dungeon, or Chapters. Do they mean like 7-4? I'm just farming 7-4 most of the time. So if you have a partner, you can start doing your daily quest with them, I guess. It's a little bit weird, might be even more time consuming to do your daily quest than before. But they also say they're considering adding multiplayer exclusive rewards, so rewards you can only get while playing with other people, doing your conquest, upper dungeon, chapters, etc. They also say they're planning to add multiplayer dungeons, so you can look forward to it. Dungeons would be what, like Stockade, Ancient Royal Vault, stuff like that perhaps. They're also apparently going to be adding something called Gameplay Record Room, which is where you can just go back and look at things you've done, where I'm not sure if the game itself will just record certain feats, like maybe beating level 65 of the Tower of Challenge, etc, etc, and you can just go back there and watch the run, or if you'll have control over that and can record it yourself. They're also going to be changing the cost to open a new guild raid. Again, they're pretty vague on it. They just say, due to guild level gaps, some guilds are capable of opening the guild raid again, but some lower level guilds are not. So we've decided to narrow the gap for all guilds by revamping the opening requirements. They say they'll be revamping it, not like lowering the activity cost, so in case you're not aware, because I know you need to be a master or a manager of a guild to actually see this, but you need 1.5 million activity points to reset the guild once you beat it for the week. So they're going to be changing that. I'm not sure if they're going to make it more expensive for higher level guilds and more active guilds, and less expensive for less active guilds and lower level guilds. Hopefully they're going to make it a global change and just like either make it less or so, because you know, high level guilds worked hard to have a high level guild and to gather all the strong players, etc, etc, so they shouldn't be punished for that in my opinion. Even keeping it at 1.5 million for the high level, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, and just lowering it for the lower level or new guilds, that would be okay. Just don't make it harder for us. And then they're talking about World Boss, Protineus in particular. They're going to be making him easier. They basically just say that with this paragraph here. They say they're going to be making some changes on the patterns of his attack so that it'll be easier to fight. So there might be a little bit of learning curve to this new pattern. I mean, there isn't really a current pattern in my opinion with Protineus. He seems pretty random. I mean, I know his skills do have a cooldown, but which ones he's using first or whatever, That's probably going to be changed, so it'll be more consistent and you can actually learn a strategy instead of just having to rely on RNG. That would be nice. Another balance patch, mainly for weak heroes who have 2 op skills, like Gladdy's Ultimate Punch, and heroes that lack of the original concept. What does that even mean? They say, unlike the last balance patch, there will only be a few heroes on the list. Well, there wasn't that many heroes. There was like, what, 8 or something? Maybe 9 or 7. So I don't know if they're only going to be doing like 4 or 5 this time around, but we'll have to see. They're also going to be changing how Arena works, which is kind of interesting because they say down here, they say, we want League of Victory to be battles with much faster pace. Isn't League of Victory the normal arena, and aren't they fast enough? Maybe when you're down there, they're a little bit slower, but most of my arena battles tend to last between 10 to 20 seconds at most, and that seems to be fast-paced enough for me, but whatever. And League of Honor will to be battles focused more on controls, as opposed to what though? Just team comps and strategy. Regardless, being pretty vague again, they just say they're going to add adjust battle rules for each league. And finally, we come to a bit of controversy, partially because of them being vague again, but partially because just of the way it sounds. There's going to be a new gear called Treasure. A new gear named Treasure will be introduced on the 2nd patch of March. The main purpose of this gear is to enhance the equipped hero's viability and to enhance heroes' skills or abilities. Since everyone has different ways to upgrade their heroes, we are going to add different unique treasures for each hero. Through the patch on 22nd March, we are going to add 2 treasures. A common treasure which will enhance heroes' viability and a unique treasure which will enhance heroes' 3rd skill. We are going to add more treasures on further patches. It's unknown right now if this will be actual gear, like a chest piece or earrings or such that is just unique to that hero, and it will enhance their 3rd skill, or if it's more like an artifact that'll go in the artifact place and will increase whatever viability is. It's also currently unknown what will change with their 3rd skill, if it'll just have more damage or if it'll actually change the way the 3rd skill works. Increasing its radius depending on which skill it is, or its stun duration if it happens to be a skill with a stun on it. It could also potentially go in the rune slot, you know, it could be anything. It could even be a completely new place to put them, so that we don't even have yet. They're going to be making some special shop revamps. The 1+1 Ruby packages, first purchase bonus, have become the packages that give you both Lewis token and mileage points at the same time after Lewis token mileage. I didn't actually notice that since I haven't purchased any, but apparently they're removing the 1+1 Ruby packs, or not removing them, but only having them available for your first purchase. So I believe they used to reset once a month, so I assume you won't be able to get those double rubies once a month anymore, but they said they're going to be adding more 1+1 packages that can be replaced with 1+1 Ruby packages. Lewis token is also getting revamped, and there'll be more items to buy with Lewis tokens compared to mileage points, or cheaper compared to mileage points, and other items are added that can be purchased with Lewis token only. So they're kind of on a slippery slope here, because when you can only buy things with Lewis token, which you can only get by spending real money, that goes a little bit on the pay to win side, but hey, we'll have to see. Currently how it is, the 3 items you can buy with Lewis tokens are so expensive, it's really only whale territory, so I don't think it affects too many people. And then they say down here, in addition, along with the unique treasure, a special summon will be added. So this hints at the fact that unique treasure will only be available through special summoning. In this new special summon, you'll get a chance to acquire unique weapons for all heroes, class unique weapons for all classes, artifacts, and unique treasures for all heroes. They say since you'll have a chance to acquire unique treasure, you can look forward to it. So no idea what this new special summon is about, what it will actually require, if it's just rubies like it was before. Are we even going to be able to use our summoning tickets that we've saved up to draw from this new special summon? In this paragraph, they just say we can't release new heroes yet because of preparing a new server release. Japan, I believe it was, but they are telling us that Veronica will be the next NPC hero. You can see here, this is, for those that are unaware, the lady responsible for the guild. She also won't be coming out until the new heroes come out though, so most likely that'll be in about 3 weeks. And here they're talking about a name change, changing it from Kreutz to Crow. They say the name could have been problematic in the future, but we were able to change it with Raider's help. Thank you. I'm not sure why. I guess that's going over my head right now, but there's that. Yeah, that's pretty much the developer note. Nothing super exciting in my opinion, mostly because we don't have all the details and everything is pretty vague as usual. but depending on how they implement Multiplay, that might be pretty interesting. Looking forward to Protineus being easier because he is kind of a pain in the ass. Balance patch, maybe Rhina will get another meme buff, or maybe she'll get a real buff this time, who knows. I'll be honest, I'm definitely not looking forward to this new unique treasure system, because as it looks here, you can only get them through this new special summon. Also, a huge thanks to Stormrage, my newest patron. But yeah, that'll do it for today's video. Make sure to tell me what you think about this developer note and the upcoming changes next week. Leaving a like if you did happen to enjoy would also be greatly appreciated. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.